Alright guys, welcome into today's video. Today I'm going to talk about something that's really special to me, something that's easy to do, and something that I want to help you with, right? And that's goal setting. Okay, first, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I want you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Helps us with our algorithm, helps us reach more people and make more videos. Alright, let's talk about goal setting. It's January of 2025 and it's time to set some goals, okay? A lot of people do this in December or like before January, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter when you do it, it's just that you do it, okay? Some people go away for the weekend and lock themselves up and write down things for days and days and days and try to set goals. I'll tell you what I do, okay? I'm a simple guy. I grew up in the Army with hardworking blue collar, so I like to set a lot of goals. The problem is getting to the goals, right? Accomplishing the goals. So what I've done over the years, over the past 5-7 years, is really focus on setting attainable, achievable, surpassable goals that are realistic, that I can grab, that I can reach out, that I can write on the wall, that heck, we got right in front of us and we can do. And I set these goals because if I stay on this pace for the next X amount of years, I'm going to be untouchable, okay? 8 years ago, I had one house, real estate. Today, we've got a couple hundred. We've flipped hundreds of houses. We own 100+ rental properties. So this is coming from my goal setting, all right? You guys know me. If you haven't followed me, go watch some of my videos. We own apartment complexes, laundromats, rental properties. We flip houses, creative finance. But I want to give you some of my goals for 2025, why I have those goals, and how they may have, differed. Maybe I've tapered them down from previous years. A lot of people, when they're building a business or a real estate portfolio, it's like, hey, I did 20 deals last year, so I got to do 30 next year. And if I did 30 next year, I've got to do 40 next year. Well, what if you didn't like doing 45 deals, right? What if you could do 15 deals, but way bigger deals? Less deals with more money. So there's all those kind of goals to look at, and I'm going to break them down for you right now, okay? So the first one is my flips, okay? So flipping houses. That breaks down into wholesales, which some people call quick flips, or fix and flips, which means we go in, we buy it, we renovate it, and we sell it, okay? So 25 flips in 2025. That's what I want to do. That's a little over 2 per month accomplished. And I'm going to break that down a little bit further. So I want to do 15 wholesales where I'm just either selling the contract, quick flipping the house, assigning the contract, double closing, not doing much work, literally just wholesaling it to another investor. I want to do 15 of those this year, right? So that's, I don't know, 1 or 2 a month, right? We've already done one. Today is January the 8th, right? We've already accomplished one of those so far this year. I really think I can do it. I actually think that I can get past that. The most amount of houses that I've ever wholesaled in a year is probably about 2 dozen, probably about 24. The best year I've ever had, I've bought 55 houses and I think I sold 40, 44, 45, something like that. But there was several years where I bought 45 to 55 houses per year. Kept a lot of them for rentals, wholesaled, and flipped the rest of them. 2025, I'm focused on 25 properties. Okay, 15 wholesales, 10 fix and flips. So that's full-on renovations, take them to the MLS and sell them. I currently have 3 in my queue right now that I'm working on. So we're currently renovating one. Actually, we have 4. So one house is about 2 or 3 weeks out from closing to sell it, right? We flipped it, we renovated it, we put it on the market, we sold it. We're fixing the home inspection repairs, and we're about to close on it in about 2 weeks to sell it to the new buyer. I have another property that's about 30 days away from going to market. We buy another one this Friday and another one to flip the following Friday, about 2 weeks from now. So for my fix and flip business, I've got the train is rolling, right? The train is rolling and everything's going to be okay. So I really want to get 10 really good fix and flips and 15 wholesales for a total of 25 flips in the year 2025. It's half of what I've done in some years, but I want to focus on doing really good deals, right? Making 30 and 50,000 up to 100,000 on my fix and flips and 10 to 20,000 on my wholesales. okay? The last 3 wholesales that I've done, the assignment fees or the double closes, the profits from them were $25,000, $20,000, and $15,000. One of those $20,000s I split with someone I JV'd, so I only got 10 of that. But we've done about $50,000 in the last 30 days in wholesale fees. So totally attainable to do 10 more in 2025, or 15. 15 wholesales, 10 fix and flips for 25 flips next year. Okay, rental property, right? Another stream of income in our portfolio is our rental portfolio. At one point I had 50 single family rentals, bird all of them, bought them, renovated them, took them to a bank. At one point I had 16 houses on one portfolio mortgage with a bank. I've sold a ton of those, dozens of them, to hedge funds over the years, and really upgraded the assets. I've gone into multifamily. But when we're specifically talking about long-term rental properties, I don't plan on buying any long-term rentals, single-family rentals in the year 2025. What I do plan to do is add about 55 units is my goal of multifamily to my long-term rental portfolio. How are we going to do that? I have an LOI, and I'm going to buy a 27 unit. We're looking at a 32 unit, a 55 unit, but the goal is to buy 2 apartment complexes for no less than 55 units added to my long-term rental portfolio, using multifamily as the vehicle. Okay. Currently I own 3 apartment complexes with 101 units. I have one partner on all of those, and him and I our focus is to buy 2 more complexes in 2025 with a minimum of 55 units total. Really, we'd love to get like a 27 or a 30 unit and then a 55 unit. But see, what I'm doing here is I'm setting achievable, attainable goals. Okay? So I really am focused on doing that, because what I love to do is when you meet those goals and you come back and we look at this video 9 months from now and you've blown these goals out of the water, it just gives you so much confidence. And a lot of times, us as investors, we need that confidence, right? So we need it when we're feeling down, when we're broke, when we're out of money, when things aren't going right, when we lose a deal. It's good to go back and say, hey man, give yourself a little bit of grace and mercy, because remember those goals that you set back in January, there were actually awesome goals. You've accomplished them and you've blown by, okay? Moving forward. All right, so more streams of revenue, and this is one that I love, right? Airbnbs. So short-term rentals. We talked about flips. We talked about our long-term rental portfolio. Now we're going to talk about short-term rentals. I am absolutely crushing it right now in luxury short-term rentals. I have 6 houses that did about over $400,000 in 2024. My goal is to add specifically 2 new construction properties to my short-term rental portfolio. I am in the Augusta, Georgia market, and we've got a little thing here called the Augusta National Golf Club, and once a year everyone from the planet comes here to focus on golf. We do very well for that week in short-term rentals. And in fact, so these 2 little houses I'm going to build will do $30,000 each for that week, and they'll do $100,000 gross for the year. So this is a big lofty goal. I want to build 2 new construction Airbnbs. I've got the blueprints in hand. We built 1 last year. This year it's going to be 2. They're 3-bedroom, 3-bath little luxury Airbnbs, 1,500 square feet, and they gross $100,000 a year at $249 to $349 a night, and then higher on holidays. Okay, so everything we just talked about here would add $1.5 to $2 million this year in revenue. Maybe not all of it, right? So the Airbnbs, if we put them into service this year, they'll create the revenue next year. But that's fine, because in 2026, all of these goals will be in my rearview mirror, producing all of that revenue, or have produced all of that income in the flips case. And then we'll focus on 2026. Really, I want you to focus on all your different streams of revenue, right? And I'm talking about, there's tons of streams of revenue. Everything from the 50 cents that I make per transaction at my ATM and my laundromat, that's a stream of revenue. So I want you to look and open your aperture and say, what are all my streams of revenue? I don't care if you're adding $10 a month, $100 a month, $5 a week. Start adding some streams of revenue. Okay, those are the 3 goals that I want to talk about from a real estate standpoint, right? Let's recap. Flips. We want to do 25, consisting of about 15 wholesales and 10 flips. Okay, that might sound like a lot to you. Don't be overwhelmed. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. It might sound like not enough to you. Get after it, dog. Do more than me, I'm telling you. But for me, 25 flips, 15 wholesales, 10 fix and flips, adding 55 units of multifamily long-term rentals to my portfolio, to my rental portfolio, and then adding 2 more short-term rentals to my Airbnb portfolio in 2025. Now, I've got a laundromat. I've got some debt that I want to pay down. I've got some other goals. But really, we've got to set the pace and say, in real estate investing, what do I want to do in 2025? And that's exactly what I want to do. So now I want to ask, what are you guys going to do? What's your plan for 2025? How many properties are you going to wholesale? How many rental properties do you want to add to your portfolio? There's been years where I added 24, over the course of 12 to 18 months. You can really get after it, and I'm telling you right now, the economy, the interest rates, everything is looking optimistic. Don't get stuck in 2025 saying, hey, in June or July, I want to have all this done because Trump's in office and interest rates and all this stuff. No. Give yourself some grace. Think about summer of 2026, right? This thing's got to take off. All of 2025 has got to fix everything. 2026 is going to be better. 2027 is going to be absolutely amazing, guys. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to set some goals. Set your real estate goals and drop them in the comments below. Just drop a comment down there. Hey, I'm going to buy 5 houses. I'm going to buy my first deal in 2025. Or, hey, I'm going to add 100 units. I want to know. I want to hear about it. I promise that I'll come back and comment back to you and answer all your comments. And as always, thank you guys for supporting my channel. If you haven't, subscribe to my channel. It helps me, the algorithm. The more views I get, the more videos like this I can make. I really appreciate you guys watching. Have an amazing 2025. See you guys soon.